Welcome to episode 19 of the Dude Wrong Door podcast.
Big 19.
I'm Dallas. Yes, that is Jan, as you can tell by the poor joke that he made.
Hey.
So let's get started here. Pacific Rim Uprising,
Ooh.
the sequel to Pacific Rim, released a trailer, which looks like complete anime.
I'm digging it.
Like, they just went straight up. Yeah, it's a superhero movie, basically, at this point.
They're like, y'all want to see mechs fight each other and mechs fight giant monsters? Yo, we got you covered.
Yeah, and then, like, at the end of the trailer, it shows, like, the kaiju, like, healing itself back up.
Which, it's going to
awesome.
be big. And John Boyega.
Yeah, I'm really...
Is it Boyega? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, John Boyega. Yeah, he sounds just like Stacker.
He's also
like Stacker Pentecost. Like,
he's coming out as one of the big sci-fi people now. Star Wars and Pacific Rim.
he was in something else. Not Attack on Titan. Attack the Block. That was the first thing he was
never
in.
actually saw that.
It's about aliens attacking.
Man, he's got a thing for aliens.
So yeah, I guess so. I wonder what else he's doing. But yeah, Pacific Rim 2 looks incredible. Like, I mean, it's exactly what... You may hear some floor being laid above me.
Heh, nice.
There's nothing I can do about that, so... No, episode 9 is the... Oh, he was in that Detroit movie.
Oh.
Which I didn't see, but it's not sci-fi.
Speaking of Star Wars, this Monday, as in tomorrow as of when we're recording this, and hopefully today, if I can get this edited in time, there will be a new Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer, and tickets will go on sale.
Oh, I'll buy the tickets. I probably will not watch the trailer because I don't want anything spoiled. I don't know. The Force Awakens didn't have any trailers that were
spoilery.
That spoilerish. Yeah, I watched them up until the movie released, and I still didn't have a good idea of like what it was about.
I am fine with that. I don't really like it when trailers spoil anything big.
Yeah, I basically avoid them at all costs. I didn't watch any of the Blade Runner 2049, which we will review later.
Oh yeah,
because we watched
little teaser there. Stay tuned.
Let's see. Oh, Gambit has a official movie. I mean, has an official director. Gore Verbinski.
Haven't they been trying to make a Gambit movie for like 10 years or something?
Yeah, for a very long time. But Channing Tatum's starring in it, so now that they've got a director, I guess they'll probably move forward. He did, Gore Verbinski did the Pirates of the Caribbean 1 through 3, did The Lone Ranger, Mouse Hunt. A Cure for Wellness just came out. I didn't watch it, but
it looked interesting.
I heard it was okay. Yeah, I was interested in it. It's got a 6.4 on IMDb, but I don't see a Metacritic. Oh, Metascore is 47. So maybe not that good.
Right, then that's not that great.
But supposedly it's like a heist movie. Gambit is going to be a heist movie.
I like me some heist movies.
Yeah,
hopefully it's good.
I hope they have Phantom X in it, but I don't know if they will or not.
All right.
Let's see.
Netflix is going to be raising its prices again.
Yeah, it's just for two
of the premium ones. The base one that's $8 a month will remain $8 a month, but the one that was $10 a month goes up to $11, and the premium is going from $12 to $14 a month, which I think is the one I have. Yeah, that's the one I have. So that's gonna be
premium. Lets you.
That's 4 people streaming simultaneously, 2 using Ultra HD.
Yeah, and then the one below that is 2 screens.
Yeah, so
simultaneous. I think the base is just 1 screen.
Rip my wallet.
Luckily, I don't have to pay for Netflix. So.
Oh, how convenient.
I know. Luckily, I have. I'm dating the Netflix's CEO's daughter.
Oh wow.
So.
Is her dad single?
That's the thing that's happening. I'm gonna look up who the Netflix CEO is, and then I'm gonna look up their kids and Reed Hastings.
Alright, this is getting a little stalkery.
I just want to make sure that I'm not dating an ugly girl. It may not be worth pre-Netflix.
Well, while you're creepily looking up who owns Netflix and their family, Google.
I'm going after you, Reed Hastings.
Google had a big press conference where they announced a bunch of new stuff like their Pixel 2, their Google Home Mini, and for the most part, it was kind of underwhelming.
What is Google Home Mini? Is it kind of like Echo, like Alexa for Amazon?
So Google Home is kind of like the Alexa, and then the Google Home Mini is like the Echo Dot, so just a smaller version of it.
Oh, okay. So it's more of just like a information machine.
Yeah, it's like
You just ask
$50.
questions.
The Pixel XL or the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL are aren't really coming out with anything big other than you can like squeeze them. Yeah,
That's what I look for in my phones. I look, how well can I squeeze this?
squeezing the sides of it launches the Google Assistant. It also has this really creepy thing where it can be always listening, and when there's music playing, change your lock screen to be the album art for the song you're listening to, which I imagine...
That is really weird.
I don't think I'm going to get one, but if I did, I'd probably turn that off right away. That just doesn't really seem like something I need.
I don't, like, what, you just squeeze anywhere on the side and it cuts the assistant on?
Just, I think the middle of the sides, it like senses when it's squeezed.
Why don't they just put a button on it? I mean, that's what it is.
The
basically.
home button can be used for the exact same thing.
Well, okay.
And I know this is going to get people excited. They got rid of the headphone jack. They're being really courageous right now.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, after mocking Apple for it 1 year ago and making a big deal of, oh, our phones still have headphone jacks, they no longer have headphone jacks.
That's so dumb. I don't understand why they're getting, because it doesn't add that much to it.
It doesn't add anything to it. It takes away from it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were just saying they could fit, better hardware and stuff inside it if they didn't have to do the hardware jack, but
I don't know if I really believe that, because it doesn't take up that much space. And
yeah, I mean, same. It's like...
and the last thing of note that they're releasing is AirBuds, or Google brand AirBuds, that actually do have a nifty little thing where they can instantly translate up to 50 languages. Kind of like a Babelfish.
That actually is pretty cool. That's how you get Cybermen.
I don't know how well it works, but
exactly
if that works
we're all
well,
going to be Cybermen.
Honestly, minus the taking away my free will, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, are they called AirPods or AirBuds?
The Apple ones are called AirPods. I don't know what the Google ones are called. I don't have it up in front of me.
Google Air...
We'll call them G-Pods for now.
Yeah, probably G-Pods is what they're going to go with. Wireless earbuds. Pixel Buds is what they're called. That's a terrible name. That's if they actually translate though. That's actually really cool.
There have been a lot of startup companies that have tried to do the same thing, but none of them really have the information or monetary power
5
of
hours
Google.
of battery. Translation.
Did you hear about the Monopoly man at the Equifax hearing?
No, what?
So, Public Citizen got a person to dress up as the Monopoly man and sit directly behind the hearing booth at the Equifax hearing, and it is hilarious. At some points, he's like wiping his brow with oversized $100 bills, and he's got the whole monocle and mustache.
I can't believe I hadn't heard about that. Well, I guess since I'm not on Facebook anymore, I just miss everything that happens because I'm not on Reddit either. So.
Oh well, welcome to the world. You're missing out on a bunch of funny trolling.
That's really funny. We need to add those photos to the...
Yeah, I'll...
That's really funny.
Oh, this is going to be weird. I'm going to have to edit this one. I'll throw in some photos, maybe a little video of it cut in.
Oh, yeah, because Tim is too busy trying to resurrect Hitler.
Speaking of Hitler...
Yes, Warner Brothers?
I was going to say Wolfenstein 2.
Oh, yeah.
Has been under some... controversial fire for killing Nazis in America, because that is now controversial to some people.
It wasn't even... Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too big into the politics, but they tweeted out, "Make America Nazi-free again," which everyone, some people got mad about because they were saying they were siding with leftists, but Wolfenstein 2 is literally about killing Nazis in America. Like, it's an alternate reality where they won the war. Like, the Nazis won World War II. Like, that's hilarious that people got mad about that.
Yeah, and
that'd be like getting mad about the Doom game talking about, like, killing demons.
You didn't see any Satanists getting upset?
Yeah, like, that would be so dumb. Like, I'm really excited for Wolfenstein 2. I almost bought the first issue of the new comic that they're doing, but it was like $6, and I was like,
I can't afford that. I ain't rich.
Well, I mean, you got to think $6 for one comic book is kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty pricey comic book that may not be very good.
Yeah,
either. So.
That's fair.
And it's like just one issue. It's not like a graphic novel or like a special like edition kind of thing. Oh, The Evil Within has a comic book as well.
Ah.
The second one comes out next Friday, so I guess we can talk about that next week. But I'm really excited for that.
In Switch news.
Yes. Are you segueing
there
for me to answer?
There might be a Metroid game coming out at some point. I'm not seeing any Switch news.
They've already announced a Metroid. They've announced 2 Metroid games.
Right, one's already out, and the other one we don't know anything about, I think.
Prime 4, yeah. No, it's Prime 4. It's Metroid Prime 4. What kind? That wasn't news, yeah. That was news like 2 months ago.
I'm trying to come up with some news for the Switch, and there's nothing going on.
You can't just make up news for the Switch.
Yeah, you can.
Evil Within 2 is probably not going to the Switch.
Oh, right. Yeah, I already talked about Doom and Wolfenstein on the Switch. So then...
Yeah, which is exciting. But yeah, that apparently... That's what I just Googled, Evil Within 2, and it was saying that it's not very likely that they're going to end up coming... It's not going to go to the Switch.
Oh, well...
But it's kind of weird because isn't... I mean, I don't think I'm right. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, isn't Bethesda involved in Evil Within 2?
It's a shame because I kind of want to switch, but I haven't really played most of the Metroid games and kind of burned out on Mario. Other than that, everything else is on consoles I already own.
Yeah, but it's portable Doom and portable Wolfenstein. And Super Mario Odyssey looks like incredible. Like, it looks like way better than anything they did on the Wii U. Like, it looks like Super Mario Galaxy tier. Like, or Sunshine, or 64. Like, it looks really good. I'm excited about it. And something else was coming to the Switch. Well, I could get Breath of the Wild, and...
Well, that was fun.
I'm excited for it. I'm going to get one because it's like...
I think it's $300 right now on Amazon.
Yeah, which is not bad. I mean, for a new console especially. I'll probably try to trade in my Xbox One and get the One X when it comes out, though. That'll probably be my next big move.
Yeah, which I'm probably going to do the same. That thing looks sexy. Because I've still got the original Xbox One, which is humongous.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. I don't have the S. Which I'm kind of glad, because... I mean, I guess I would get a better deal trading an S in, but I'm glad I didn't get the S once I heard the X was announced. I was like, oh, good. Don't have to do some, like, double trading up. Which Tim got his S for, like, $50 or something. Like, it was crazy. Because he, like, traded in and had, like, a bunch of store credit at the place that he was at.
The Tekken World Championship is coming to the U.S. in
San
Francisco.
Luckily, we live right next to San Francisco.
Same country.
So we can attend. It's close enough. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I really needed... Tim has said that he just got 7 recently, so he was saying that it was, like, incredible. That there's not a ton of loot boxes and all that. Like, there's no microtransaction, like, system in place. Speaking of which... Since we have to harp on this every week for some reason, Forza 7 has always had microtransactions. They've always had like loot, but like that's nothing new. But like their new system is like so bad. So like you get mods, but they don't modify your car. They modify the race, which gives you like extra experience. So like it'll make you drive like the race instead of being at daytime will take place at night, which gives you like extra credits if you do better, you know. Or like it'll make it like a wet track instead of like a dry track, like, and it's a one-use only thing. It's not something you get to keep. Like that's a game option that used to be an option in the game that you could cut on to make the game harder for yourself and to reward you more. But now you're having to get them out of loot boxes, and of course you can. As of now, there's no way to spend real money for I can't remember what the currency's called, for whatever the currency's called, but they've said that they are making a way that you can spend real money to get the loot boxes. Like that's so annoying. And then so we're gonna try. I'm not a big Forza fan, and that's kind of like, you know, irrelevant, but Shadow of War. I mean, we've talked about this game every week, but our big concerns with it, and everyone's big concern, was like the more you put microtransactions in, especially in the system they have, the more like grindy the actual gameplay is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the game is actually out and people played it, apparently the campaign takes like 15 hours. The last act is like just gaining like an army to go and attack. You have to like attack like 20 sieges or some crap like that takes a while. But then the true ending is locked behind that system, and they say that it takes anywhere between 40 and 50 hours after beating the 15-hour campaign to actually get the true ending.
Oh wow.
And the way you do all that is to like build your army and do those sieges and stuff, or you could buy the loot boxes and get it like way quicker and way sooner.
Why play a game when you can pay to have it beaten?
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. And the developer like swore that they built the game around not having microtransactions. They were like, we cut microtransactions off to make sure that the game still flowed well and stuff, which was obviously a lot. But he can't, the developer can't be like, oh yeah, microtransactions suck, but WB's making us do it because they suck. Like,
at this point,
anyway,
that game sounds like a mess.
Yeah, that's a pretty awful thing to have happen. Like, how can you hide the true ending behind, like, I knew they were going to do something like that, but WB just really wants me to not like them.
And they're doing everything in their lots power. Of money.
Yeah, they're doing everything in their power. Like, I'm not going to play it now. Like, it looks incredible. It looks like a really fun game, but, like, that comes into,
yeah, vote
like,
with
a lot of
wallet.
people, like, yeah, but I'm saying, like, the gameplay itself and, like, all that looks fun, but it's not going to be fun if you have to, eventually just grind your way through it. Like, that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to get old quick, and it's going to be, like, I don't know. Some people like grindy games, but that's not a...
That's not your cup of tea?
Yeah, that's not something I particularly want to do. Let's see, I thought there was one more thing that was also shitty about microtransactions.
Oh, there's a lot of things, but Andrew House, the previous president and chief executive officer of Sony, is being replaced. He's stepping down, and John Kedora is going to be picking up the mantle. A lot of people are skeptical about this because apparently Andrew House has really helped get Sony into a place that they wanted to be.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing, like, fantastic. That's what I thought. It was weird that he stepped down.
Could be personal reasons. I'm not seeing an exact reason why.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely personal reasons. I mean...
But the past few years, both Sony and Microsoft have really been stepping their game up. And I'm hoping they can keep the momentum going.
That's saying... Well, in this one article I just pulled up, and there's no facts, but saying that one of the rumors that they're thinking that Sony kind of pressured him out was because he was like... He dismissed the handheld gaming market. So they may be wanting to try it again with the Vita 2.
Good.
Because they blamed it... I think it was actually him, Andrew House, that blamed the Vita's failure on cell phone gaming. But I'm like, that would work if... That excuse works if the Nintendo hadn't done so well with the 3DS. Like, they did just fine in the same market. Like, the Vita didn't work because you didn't put any games on it that anyone wanted to play. Like,
well, they had Star Wars Battlefront 2 on... Oh, that was on the I
was going to say that was definitely not on the Vita.
Right. It's been a while since
I've
touched
saying
Sony.
There were no games that I would buy a Vita to play specifically. Like, the best things they have, in my opinion, the Vita had is the one Uncharted game, and then that wasn't on anything else, and then all the collections, like the HD collections for like Sly Cooper, God of War, stuff like that.
And the ability to run homebrew software, so you could play like retro games.
I mean, I guess. I'm not a nerd, Jan. That's all you.
Well, shut
I'm
up.
just messing with you. Then it had like that infamous game. But yeah, I really like the Vita. I would get one if it was cheaper. But that's interesting that he just stepped down when it's being so successful. Which it may just be like a home life thing. Like maybe he's not at home enough, or
maybe he's just tired of running one of the biggest game companies in the world.
I'm gonna research his children.
All right, we got an episode title. Dallas looks at famous people's children.
There we go. Okay, so moving kind of back to movies, they've halted Bride of Frankenstein production, which was supposed to come in like Universal's Dark Universe that they're doing. They've apparently halted production on that, which to me probably means that it's going to be canceled, the whole connected universe, or they're just not going to try to connect them. They're just going to keep them like, you know, separate, because the Mummy, Dracula Untold was supposed to kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided no, that they were going to reboot it again. So then the Mummy was supposed to do it. And then the Mummy opened to such mediocre like reviews and no one really like cared for it or liked it. So I think what they're going to do is probably just ditch it completely and make them all solo movies.
Just bail.
But if Angelina Jolie drops out of Bride of Frankenstein, because she's currently cast as Bride of Frankenstein, the director wants to get Gal Gadot as it. So I could definitely be on board with that.
Yeah, she's been able to do some good stuff lately.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman. Oh, there was a Justice League trailer. Now that we're talking about Gal Gadot. It looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than... I think it's the final trailer before the movie actually comes out next month.
Sounds about right.
Justice League come out?
Really hoping it's good.
The CGI looks... it's November 17th. The CGI looks like way better than it did. And I don't know if it's because it was like the color correction or like the color grading they changed up, kind of seems, but like the CGI is like so much better than the first trailers we saw. Like Cyborg doesn't look like an unfinished, unpolished, like aluminum can monster. Like,
well,
but there's that.
Good.
And then they're teasing like Superman being dead still, but it's like we already know he's alive. Like you showed like in the merchandising, like they released like Justice League like black armor, black Superman armor hats and stuff. It's like,
good job, marketing team.
Can't keep this hidden. Yeah, like he's clearly alive. Like no one, you're not gonna kill Superman this early in the Justice League, or in the DCCU, whatever they call it now.
Whoa. Okay, so it looks like in every Xbox One X, there's a little picture of Master Chief riding a scorpion.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Burned into
really
the motherboard.
Cool.
That's cool. Throw up a picture, Jan. Good job.
That's what makes it run faster.
Master Chief forces it.
I mean, you can't prove it wrong.
Ooh, the Spawn movie reboot. Todd McFarlane says filming begins early 2018.
I'm partially excited about that and partially not excited about that, because he said that it's not going to have any big name actors, which is like fine. But he also said that like none of the actors or directors or anyone is getting paid. It's all the budget is going to like making the movie. They're getting paid like royalties off the movie afterwards. But I feel like you're not going to get a lot of good actors that are going to agree to that.
It sounds like they're hoping it ends up being like Deadpool, because it's going to be rated R, have a budget of $10 million, which is pretty small for a Hollywood movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're spending it all not on actors. Like the actors will get paid after it's released, and they get like the royalties, and like I think he's banking too hard on it being rated R, because he's actually said that. Like he said that it's going to go beyond what Deadpool did.
Oh.
In terms of like the rated R, and I was like, that's not why Deadpool was good.
Yeah,
though.
It wasn't good because it was rated R.
Like you're missing a whole big old point there, but I don't know. Maybe it'll.
I hope it is.
I'm not
just
gonna
because
say
I
it's
think
not
Spawn's a cool
bad,
character, but I don't know if I'm going to be holding my breath for another year.
Yeah, I'm not particularly like excited. I mean, I'm not going to get my hopes up for it. If it's good and I'm surprised, then great. But I'm not going to come in being like, this is going to be the best movie of all time. And it's also, isn't it being directed by Todd McFarlane?
I believe so. I think he also either wrote the script or like edited part of it. He wrote the script.
He's director of the upcoming feature film. So I don't know if he's ever directed anything.
All right, well.
So I mean,
fingers crossed it's good, but
my whole thing is just if he doesn't get good at, like, no good actor is gonna agree to like not be paid
unless it's got like a big director that they know can do some magic.
but it's Todd McFarlane, so it's not. They don't.
Are you related to Seth MacFarlane?
Oh, you are? Then oh yeah, okay. Todd McFarlane has directed 4 music videos. He did Pearl Jam, Do the Evolution, Freak on a Leash by Korn, Deuce by Korn, and Land of Confusion by Disturbed. That's his short though.
All right.
Oh, it's an animated short.
Then good luck to him.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for that. That's not something I particularly think is going to be great by any means. There was something else I was going to say about. It wasn't Todd McFarlane, but it was movie-wise, and it was also superhero-y. Oh well, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. But
I finally.
Well, it wasn't important.
I finally played some Fortnite.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you'll be able to see that in a week or so on our channel, Dude Wrong Door. But I actually had a blast with
Self-promotion on our own channel.
So I haven't played PlayerUnknown Battleground, but I've watched people play it, namely because I didn't want to spend money on something that's still early access. And the idea of that just doesn't seem appealing to me. But
yeah, I mean,
Fortnite Battle Royale mode is free, so I figured, I'll give it the old-fashioned try with Tim.
Good one.
Yeah, and we had an absolute blast. We died in the first 2 minutes in the first 3 or 4 matches, which have 100 people in them, by the way, so it can get pretty wild. But then we got to one where we actually kind of knew what we were doing. We were building bases, because that's something it has that PlayerUnknown doesn't, where you can mine for resources and then build a base. And at one point, I was in a firefight and realized that they had cover and I did not. So I just spun in a circle throwing walls up and created a little fort to keep me safe. I ended up coming in second place out of 100 people in that match.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've played it on the computer and I have not done that well.
Well, we should
57. But we didn't do squads either, so
yeah, we should try a squad sometime.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Also, aren't they the ones that had the accidental cross-platform play?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Right. I'm hoping they turn that back on. That way you can play on your PC and.
They probably won't because Sony's an idiot. Well, they may do it between
Xbox and Microsoft.
Yeah. Well, so we may still get it, but Sony will not allow it to happen.
What a surprise!
I remember the superhero thing. Constantine is getting. It's actually pronounced Constantine.
Nah.
Yeah, like in the comic, he spells it out sometimes, and it's Constantine.
Pretty sure you're wrong.
I can show you the pages. Yeah, but the writer is real. The writer who writes it is real. Who created him? Anyway, he had the live action show that was like, it ran for like 13 episodes.
Oh yeah, a buddy of mine was actually in a episode of it.
Oh sweet. That's getting a continuation, an animated series.
Oh cool.
On CW, and it's still got Matt Ryan, who played him. He's voicing him.
All right, and shout out to my buddy Shaw. If you see a skateboarder dude in one of the episodes, that's probably him.
Wait, Shaw?
Yeah.
Huh.
Apparently he was like, he saw that they were looking for extras, and he just signed up, and they were like, all right, we'll give you extra pay because you're riding a skateboard, and that's hazardous.
Nice.
Yeah. Which makes me kind of want to watch it.
Now. Yeah. I want to watch it anyway. I heard it was like fun. Like I heard it was good. I just don't think a lot of people watched it. I'm actually going to see if it's on Netflix.
Is that the Constantine or Constantine?
I say Constantine. I'm not going to pronounce it Constantine. I was just saying that.
Is that the same Constantine that crosses over with Arrow, or is that just a separate one?
Yeah. It's
the
same one.
All right, then I've seen him in Arrow, and he seemed like a pretty good representation of the character.
Yeah, we watched when Dad and I were out. My dad and I went to Las Vegas to work, and we got to watch like the test, like they do test audiences for like pilots and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we got to like watch the first one.
Cool.
Out in like a kind of a thing. I liked it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's see. Speaking of Constantine, we saw Blade Runner 2049 last night.
Oh yeah, late at night.
How'd you like that for a?
That was a heck of a segue. You're just revving that motor.
I'd say.
Or that electric engine.
The electric engine. My replicant engine is pretty incredible. It was pretty good. I don't know if I like it more than the first one. The action in this one is a lot better because I watched the original Blade Runner before we went to see 2049, and like the action in that is not good, and I don't remember that at all.
Well, I haven't seen the original one in probably 6 years, so I don't remember all that much of it.
But
I remember
the
it
action
being good, of course.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like it's the story and like the atmosphere and like the cinematography, like everything except the physical like action is good. Like some of the fights are just like hilarious, and some of the dialogue like during the fights is like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 90s, like tier bad. Like, but the rest of it is like incredible. The 2049 is a lot longer. It's like 45 minutes longer.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
And it picks up 30 years after the original Blade Runner. But it was really good. I really liked Ryan Gosling's character. I liked all the characters.
Now, I said this to you
no spoilers
right
here.
after the movie, but I'm going to repeat it. I'm not sure if Ryan Gosling is really good at acting a certain type of character or if he's like mildly autistic, because he can nail that character
that
like in Drive.
distant.
That's emotionally distant and doesn't really seem to know what's going on entirely socially.
Yeah, no, I think that's him acting. I think he just plays that character well because he doesn't play that character in like The Notebook or La La Land.
I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot he was in The Notebook as I hit puberty mid-sentence.
Oh, thank God, Jan's a man.
Hello.
You guys have witnessed Jan becoming a man. Yeah, he actually got chosen to be in The Notebook because the director wanted someone who was like ugly.
Then why'd they
like
pick
I'm not
Ryan
kidding.
Gosling?
He didn't want someone who was like, or he didn't say ugly, but he didn't want someone who was good looking. He picked Ryan Gosling because he thought he wasn't good looking.
Well, he was wrong.
Because he wanted like something that was going to be like one of the new things about his movie, you know, was that like it's a romantic movie, but the guy's not like drop dead gorgeous.
And then Ryan Gosling became drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, and then Ryan Gosling became like I don't even know, America's sweetheart in my eyes. He's my sweetheart at least.
Oh,
yeah.
Same joke. All right.
But yeah, 2049. Like, I loved like everything about it. I didn't have any big complaints. Jared, I thought Jared. I don't want this to be a spoiler. I thought Jared Leto's performance was fine. Going into it, a lot of the reviews were saying that it was like incredible, and it was like, I was like, I mean, it was good. It wasn't. He's no Roy Batty. Like the bad guy. I can't remember his actual name. The actor's name.
Compared to the Joker that he played, I think this was.
Oh yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
Better.
Yeah.
Like he can act.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, he was way better in this, obviously, than the Joker. But the Joker was just a poorly written character. Like, he does a lot of monologues in this one, and they're like good. And I like his character design and kind of his thing. So this isn't a spoiler, but Jared Leto's character, you can see it in the trailer. He's blind, and then he like uses these robot things to like look around, but they can go like all over the room. Like, it's really cool. And then I like the.
If I could get that, if I were blind, I might just go blind because that seems cool as crap.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would do that. And, like, yeah, if metal arms like existed like they do in like Star Wars or like
Deus Ex.
Yeah, I'd chop my arm off in like a second.
I was in a terrible boating accident.
Oh yes, it was a clean cut. Thank the Lord. But yeah, no. Blade Runner was pretty impressed by.
Yeah,
it was really pretty too. Like, it was like wonderfully shot. Like, the score was incredible.
And every moment felt important, even if it was slow.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Alexa about on the way home. I was like, that was a long, or she was like, that was a long movie, and I was like, yeah, maybe they could have. And I was trying to think of something to like cut out of it to make it shorter, but I was like, there's really nothing that wasn't important. Like, everything that was shown was important. There were some shots that kind of lingered, and they were like, but it really set up like the atmosphere of like, and the tension and stuff. I felt in a lot of scenes. But yeah, I was like, there wasn't anything that wasn't used well. Like, everything drove the story and progressed the story along.
Also, I really like the techno or the retro techno feel of it. The kind of like what the 80s thought the future was going to feel like. I'm glad they continued with that
Kept
from
that.
the original Blade
Yeah.
Runner.
Yeah, it was really, really pretty.
Because they've got
It was
like
really cool. The aesthetic
holograms
was like incredible.
and then old style monitors right next to them.
Oh yeah, that was cool. There's a lot of good like throwbacks, and I definitely think it would be more enjoyable if you watched the original and then went and saw 2049, because you don't necessarily need to see. I feel like you don't need to see the original to understand what happens in 2049, but I feel like you
It makes it
gain
better.
a lot from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a lot better. Harrison Ford's great in it, obviously. Again, I don't want to really get into spoilers, but they use his character well. Like, they use Harrison Ford well, which is I was kind of worried that it was going to be kind of what The Force Awakens did, which was
Just kind of shoehorn them in a little bit.
yeah, it kind of made them like in The Force Awakens they were still background characters, but they weren't background. They were like secondary. They were still in the forefront. Like it still kind of felt like their movie. And I think going forward, it's not going to. Like, I think in the Star Wars, like, it's not going to focus on the old characters. It's going to be, like, the new characters. But in 2049, Ryan Gosling is, like, without a doubt, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
But Blade Runner also doesn't have the whole, like, rabid fan base that's attached to, like, Han Solo. Like, I mean, Blade Runner has, like, a very solid fan base, but it's not Star Wars level where you have to do some fan service.
Yeah, which I'm glad for. Otherwise, they might have put something in the movie that they shouldn't have.
Yeah, I really liked it. I didn't think anything was wasted. I didn't think anything. I didn't think it was too long. I think another thing, we went to see it at like 9:30, so the show didn't start till like 9:45.
And it's like
So
a 3-hour movie.
No, did we go to the 9:15 one? Anyway, we went like 9:15, 9:30, but yeah. So I feel like if we'd gone to an afternoon showing, it wouldn't have felt nearly as long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But I
was
think we
getting tired
were
towards
all
the end.
full. Yeah, we were like all full, all like 9:30 at night, and didn't get out till like 12.
Because we're old.
10. Yeah, I mean that's a lot to do, especially when you wake up at like 9. You're like, oh yeah, but yeah, I'll probably go watch it again next weekend. Just to really get
We'll be waiting for your review on the next podcast then.
my second review, and then like my 8th review, because I'll just watch it 8 weeks in a row. Well, this is what I saw this time, which I think you actually probably will gain a lot of that from rewatching it, because you can't just watch Blade Runner once, like
in the background.
Yeah, like that's something you need to see like at least 2 or 3 times before you like fully grasp it. It's very much like Rick and Morty, I feel. It's very intelligent.
Okay, moving on.
Hyper intellectual, intelligent. Oh wait, I can't go see it. I mean, I can't go see it next weekend, but also next weekend, Jackie Chan's The Foreigner is coming out.
Oh yeah, that looks so good.
I mean, yeah, it's by I can't remember his name. It's the guy that directed GoldenEye and Casino Royale, but it's like it's probably the most serious movie I've seen Jackie Chan in. Like, it looks brutal. Like
that and Rush Hour.
It still has his like of course, how brutal Rush Hour was. It still has his like furniture fighting, but it's like in a much more.
It's confined and it feels more dangerous.
Yeah, it feels like incredible. And then Pierce Brosnan's also in it. Like, God, I'm just excited for it. Looks really. That comes out next Friday. It looks supposedly. Let's see. I'm seeing if it's got a score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 7.5 on IMDb, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not out yet?
Only out of it. No, it's out of 5 reviews though.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, it's Jackie Chan. I'm not gonna. It's Jackie Chan being heartbroken, so I'm immediately on his side. He can do whatever he wants.
He's earned
He can kill as many people as he needs to kill.
And he will.
Even the innocent people. I don't even just kill anyone. You're angry, Jackie Chan, and I support you.
He doesn't seem like a very angry guy.
In that movie, he does.
Oh, yeah, but like, this isn't a spoiler because it's in all the trailers. His daughter died. I imagine that'd piss him off a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's like the very first thing you see is like, I think they're trying to kill him though.
At
like,
some point, I assume so.
The,
the trailers have a lot of people shooting at him.
No, I'm saying I think they're trying to kill him and accidentally kill his daughter.
Oh.
Or that they were trying to kill a politician that like whose kid also goes to the same school, because it looks like he's dropping her off.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I'm like super excited. Like he's like Liam Neeson in Taken, but he's Jackie Chan, so it's automatically better.
Liam Neeson, you say? He has a new movie coming out called The Commuter.
Yeah, that didn't look interesting at all to me. I was like, this looks really bad. I was like, I don't care about this. Like, it played before we watched 2049, and I was like, this just looks bland. Like, it looks...
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking that.
I was like, this just... I didn't know. I thought it was actually a Taken sequel, because you made that joke, and I was like, oh, God. I was like, not another one.
Who else does he have for them to take?
Yeah, what is it? What is it even? It's there's like $75,000 on the train, and he takes it, and then all of a sudden the cops are looking for him, or
yeah, the trailer didn't really go into.
Something does get taken.
What the
it is a Taken
conflict
film.
Was.
Yeah, the poster looks like really cool though. Like I'll give it that. The poster looks like. Yeah. Like I saw the poster when we were walking into the movie, and I was like, "Oh man, that looks so cool!" And then I actually saw the put the poster up, Jan.
All right.
And then I actually saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't look cool at all." I was like, "That was a lie. That was a lie of a poster." Okay, so I guess let's see. Is there anything else we've been doing? I guess we can get to our question. Since we were thinking, since Blade Runner 2049 takes place 30 years after Blade Runner, what other movies would we like to see have a time jump sequel? And things like Terminator, like, you know, are not allowed because we've gotten a recent Terminator that kind of does that. Not 30 years next. It doesn't have to be 30 years.
Things that are already franchised, we're going to try to avoid.
Yeah. And with that, my first one is going to be The Matrix. So, glad we got that out of the way. But no, I think The Matrix would be cool if it took place in like if they did like a 20.
Aren't they coming out with a new Matrix movie?
Yeah, but I don't know how far ahead it actually takes place.
Also, Keanu Reeves apparently doesn't know anything about it.
Yep, literally just I was about to say, I don't know anything about it.
Neither does Keanu.
That's pretty crazy that they're doing them. Anyway, yeah, Matrix 4 is supposedly going to be coming out. But I think it would be cool to see like a further time jump, like 30 years, like so 1999, so it'd be 2029.
So what do you think would be going on with that? Like, would the robots be back, or just people
I don't
rebuilding?
even remember how The Matrix ended.
Keanu Reeves becomes God, I think, and he talks to a robot head.
Oh yeah, the big baby robot head. I remember that.
Oh, I forgot it was a baby.
Yeah. Anyway, my idea, I just want to see what they would do with and I don't want the Wachowskis to direct it. But I just want to see. I want Denis Villeneuve to direct it, who did 2049. I want him to direct anything that
I want him to direct a lot more stuff now.
Yeah, have you seen Arrival or Sicario or any of those?
No, I've heard Arrival's fantastic.
God. Yeah, Arrival's fantastic. Sicario, I don't think he's directed anything bad yet. I'm gonna get back to The Matrix in a second, but he directed Prisoners, 2049. He directed Enemy, which is supposedly like incredible. Yeah. Anyway, Denis Villeneuve. Gotta start watching some Denis Villeneuve. No, The Matrix. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to see how they do the. Like, I would want it to be more cyberpunk. Like logging in, but when they're in the Matrix itself, it's still like the 1999.
Oh. All right.
Like, I kind of want it to be like. I don't know. I don't know really how you would do the jump, but I think it would be interesting to jump ahead, because that seems like a movie that you could jump ahead.
If more talented writers than us were to take a crack at it.
Yeah. I didn't think too far ahead, but I was just like, I was like, The Matrix, that might be cool to see.
Well,
you couldn't do phone booths anymore, obviously, so you'd have to do like cell phones, like.
Even if they had cell phones then, because like it's post-apocalyptic world in the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In the digital world, it could still be the 90s. Don't they say that they keep it like in right before the machines took over?
I don't know. Maybe this was a bad choice. I don't remember enough about the Matrix.
I think phone booths would still work in the Matrix, but then outside the Matrix, they'd have to completely rework. You would have to do.
I need to rewatch. Maybe there was like a big reboot. Like, I don't remember what happens at the end of the Matrix, but maybe like Keanu Reeves being God in what we remember of the Matrix. Maybe he does a huge reboot on it.
And they just replay the first Matrix movie?
Yeah, it's just a reboot. It's a straight up reboot. Do you have one?
Okay. So Equilibrium is one of my favorite action movies, and it recently had a comic come out that kind of is exactly what we're talking about. That takes place like I think 18 years later or something.
Oh, that's cool.
But in it, John Preston, who is played by Christian Bale, isn't really the main character in the comic book. And the what are they called? The New Order,
Clerics?
I guess. It's got a name, but I don't remember it. But the government's trying to rebuild everything with the emotion suppressing stuff, and I would love to see that put into a movie, just because the action is one of the selling points of Equilibrium. Which, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and take a look at that, because, man, Christian Bale, when he's got guns, they should have given Batman guns, is what I'm saying.
Well, they did, but it's not Christian Bale anymore. Yeah, Tim, actually, when we were talking about this in our group chat, when I came up with the idea for the question, I messaged Tim and was like, I want to talk about mine here. And he was like, yeah, I have a great one for Jan if he doesn't pick it. And I was like, is it Equilibrium? And he's like, damn it, did he tell you? And I was like, no, I just guessed.
I was already thinking about that one.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be the first thing that he talks about. We just got another movie, but I would like to see a time jumped Mad Max.
Oh.
With like an old bitter Mad Max.
All right.
Or Max. I think that would be really cool. I mean, you'd kind of basically have that same thing where the world itself wouldn't change much, but I want to see older, bitter Mad Max.
So Old Man Logan.
And it'd be perfect because you could just get Mel Gibson to do it. Yeah, basically kind of Old Man Logan. I mean, you could, like, Mel Gibson's probably very angry.
Oh, he is very angry all the time, it sounds like.
Yeah. I assume he's a very angry man. But yeah, I would be, I think it'd be cool just because, like, all the aesthetically it'd be the same world, but you would have, I don't know what you would do because Mad Max he just kind of gets dragged into things.
Make it a road trip movie.
Like, it's not ever his fault. He's just walking around and someone's like, hey, these guys are going to kill us. You want to help? And he's like, I might as well.
I got nothing better to do.
Not do anything else. I think that would be a good one. Do you have any more?
I've got a few more. So another movie that recently got a comic sequel series is Fight Club. Now, it would be very easy to make it bad. I've only read, I think, the first one or two comics of Fight Club 2, but it's about, I think, like 6 years later. The main character's married Marla Singer. They've got a kid, and he's taking medicine so that Tyler Durden doesn't come back out. And Marla is getting bored of him, so she starts replacing his pills with a placebo, and Tyler comes back out.
Oh.
I don't know what else happens because I haven't gotten that deep into it, but the premise seems like it could get interesting.
Yeah, I'd watch that. I'm not like a huge fan of the original like you are, but I would like to see kind of where they go, because I was kind of curious about when they said Fight Club 2. I was like, where you can't really go anywhere new with that without just like making Tyler Durden come back, but I guess that's what the idea is. And I'm not against
Sorry, my internet cut out for a second, and I thought you were gone.
Oh.
I'm back, though.
I am. Okay, so that would be a good one, Fight Club. I would also like The Thing, which we got a movie sort of recently, but it was a prequel. But I think like a 30-year jump for The Thing, where like they go to explore, again, and find Kurt Russell still like, which this would imply that Kurt Russell got turned. Or Keith David. Which, have you seen The Thing? Jan's gone. R.I.P. Jan. This is my podcast now.
You there? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, my internet's just
okay.
blowing up
We'll try
now.
We're about done anyway.
Yeah,
I'll do The Thing,
stuff.
but have like another group come down and explore that and find that Keith David or Kurt Russell is like still living there, like super old, but they're like still have The Thing in them. I just really want to see a good The Thing sequel, because the prequel we got was not bad.
Oh, The Thing.
It was just the special effects were like awful, But like the movie itself and the characters are not bad. Like they make sense. Like they're well written. Like yeah. So The Thing I think would be a cool like kind of comeback to that. And I want to see what they could do like with the practical effects they did now. I'd like to see the practical effects. I mean the practical effects they did then. I'd like to see what they could do now.
That'd be cool. I'm not gonna really iterate because I don't feel like I need to. But Kung Pao.
What a time jump, Kung Pao.
Have him be like an old grandmaster, maybe introduce a new character.
Oh yeah, that would be really funny. Kung Pao Enter the Fist is what we're talking about. Yeah, that would be like really, really funny.
One of my favorite movies of all time. It is just so wildly hilarious.
Yeah, I quote that movie like all the time. Like I probably at least quote it once a week.
I would not hesitate
Probably
to say
more.
I quote it daily.
Kung Pao, yeah, 2 is coming out.
It's been coming out for like 10 years or so. I don't know
Let's
if it's
see.
actually making progress now.
Yeah, well, I think he's come out and actually said like, nah, like I'm doing this.
Well, I hope so. I'd pay money for it.
Let's see, the last time anyone said anything about it was in 2005. But yeah, that would be him being an old grandmaster would be like really funny. Trying to train all the God, that would be so good. If you haven't seen Kung Pao, you need to go see Kung Pao or find it somewhere, order it on Amazon. Because it is like one of the funniest movies by Steve Odenkirk, who did Jimmy Neutron. All right, well this is falling apart pretty quickly.
Yeah, my internet keeps just stopping, so I'll be talking or listening, and then everything will go silent, and I'll have to.
Yeah, I think your internet's just kicking out.
Yep. All right, let's try to finish this up real quick then.
Yeah. The only other one I had was all mine just revolved around old characters, and it or characters being older, and it was Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, yeah.
And just have
I'd
like
like to
a
see-
really old Jack Burton, like instead of doing the reboot like they're doing, just have like old man Jack Burton actually being like in China, like he's like moved to China, and like just having it all come back, and him still being like the goofy, like not the hero that he was. Like or he's not a hero in the original. He's the sidekick. Like it'd be cool to have him be just the sidekick again.
If he's living in actual China, you could call it Little Trouble in Big China.
Oh, that'd be so. Or Big Trouble in Big China. We need a ton of Big Troubles.
I'll throw one more out there. I really want a Tenacious D sequel.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Having them like be
old
having
rockers,
gotten successful. Yeah.
and then
Yeah, that'd actually be that's a really good idea.
then I don't know, they
Good job.
come across another thing of destiny.
Another thing, just the pick again. It's just the whole same movie.
They've
Just
still
they're
got
old.
the Bong of Destiny from the end of the first one.
Oh yeah, they could definitely do that. I was gonna do Beverly Hills Cop 3.
You were gonna
So
do
you'd
what?
have like Have you ever seen Beverly Hills Cop?
I don't.
1 or 2 with Eddie Murphy.
No, I haven't.
That's the one where the theme sounds like da 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 da. Like that's where
I know the music. I just haven't seen that.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, are there 3 Beverly? It'd be Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Uh-huh.
The last one came out in '94. So I don't know. I think that would be really just a really fun. Maybe I think I'm just choosing characters I like. I'm like, I just want to see what they're like old. Like that's all I need. I think Old Man Logan is just any sequel now needs like an old man of the version of the original character. Ooh, Rush Hour 4. Oh, we need to talk about Rush Hour 4. It got announced.
Oh, it
Or
got
didn't get
announced?
No, sorry. It didn't get announced. It got... Jackie Chan says he agreed to do it. Which means if Chris Tucker agrees to do it, then it'll move forward. And they'll do it. Rush Hour 4. Which we need a Rush Hour 4.
Yeah, I'm hoping Chris Tucker's still cool. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, Chris Tucker's he's a pretty cool guy sometimes. What was the last thing Chris Tucker did? He was in Silver Linings Playbook. I remember that because I remember him being in it. And I was like, whoa! I was like, that's Chris Tucker. I was like, why is he? Let's see. Yeah, apparently fans have been bombarding Chris Tucker about Rush Hour 4 on Twitter.
All right, let's do it. Let's get on Twitter and hit up Chris Tucker.
The only reason I'm on Twitter is to bother Chris Tucker. Oh, The Fifth Element could have a really cool time jump sequel.
I don't know how they'd do that.
Like
but
just
They were able to do Blade
Well,
Runner.
it doesn't
so
have
I'm
to be
guessing
about
someone
like
could.
the fifth. It could just be about Lilu.
I don't
Like
remember how that movie ended.
I don't know. I just like that world. They like shut down the whole thing and like they beat Gary Oldman's character with his weird half
hair,
comb
with
over
his
thing.
Skrillex hairstyle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time to end the podcast because you're breaking up pretty good there.
All right, we got to sign off soon because I don't think my internet's going to last much longer. It just keeps going out.
Yeah. All right. Well, fun podcast. Probably heard some music in the background, maybe some loud floor being laid above me. But we got our ideas out. Gonna get some time jump sequels going, hopefully.
If you liked us, check us out on YouTube, Dude Wrong Door. If you didn't, still check us out because we have a bunch of other stuff that is not boring like this.
Wow, Jan. Thanks. If someone's internet would have been working, maybe it would have flowed a little better.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Bye.